Your brain runs your entire life without asking permission first. Every blink, every heartbeat, the fact that the face in the mirror tonight will still look like your face, all of that is background code, running quietly, and you've never had to think about a single line of it. Today, 5 documented cases where that code corrupted. Not headaches, not stress. Verified hardware failures, sitting in peer-reviewed medical literature, waiting for the wrong 2 seconds in the wrong part of your skull. You're watching this trusting that your hands will do what you tell them, and that the person in the mirror tonight is actually you. By the end of this list, that trust is going to look a lot less reasonable. Let's begin. Akinetopsia, also called motion blindness, and it doesn't need an accident or a fight. A stroke in exactly the wrong few centimeters of your visual cortex is enough on its own. The first description showed up in 1911, a woman with a head injury who said fast objects simply stopped existing while they moved. Doctors noted it and moved on. It took until 1983 for the case that actually stuck, a patient on file only as LM, whose damage was so precise it deleted one single visual function and left everything else untouched. She could see a stationary man perfectly color, shape, texture, all intact. She just couldn't see him walk. For her, pouring coffee wasn't difficult. It was impossible. Liquid doesn't pour in her world. It teleports empty cup one frame, overflowing puddle the next, nothing connecting the two. Crossing a road works the same way a car 200 meters off, then a car on top of her. To this day, LM and one other patient known as AF are the only 2 cases detailed enough in the literature to actually study, which means the rare part of akinetopsia was never the condition. It's finding a doctor who's ever seen one. Level 2, Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Named in 1955 by a British psychiatrist called John Todd, after his patients kept describing something that sounded exactly like the book and none of them were joking. Roughly 1 in 6 migraine sufferers experience it at some point. One clinical study of over 800 patients put the figure at 16.5%. In children, it shows up after something smaller mono. The Epstein-Barr virus, the same thing that wrecks your throat for 2 weeks in high school, is one of the most common documented triggers. The glitch itself, your spatial processing software misfires, and the size of everything becomes a lie. Your own hand can look the size of a dinner plate, your bedroom door can look a mile away while you're standing 3 feet from it. Episodes usually run under an hour, and then the brain quietly patches itself and hands reality back no explanation. No apology, just an assumption that you'll keep living in a body it clearly can't measure correctly. Level 3. Aphasia. Unlike the last 2, this one isn't rare. Over 2 million people in the US are currently living with it, most of them after a stroke severed the wiring between thought and mouth. The intelligence survives completely intact, you still know exactly what you want to say. What's gone is the connection that turns the thought into the correct word. Somewhere between a quarter and nearly half of all stroke survivors get some form of it, depending on which study you read. Picture the sentence sitting fully formed in your head, clear and correct, ready to go, and what leaves your mouth is a completely unrelated word. You meant apple. What arrives is brick. You're not confused, and you're not losing your mind. You're fully aware in real time that the wrong word just came out, with no way to stop the next one doing the same thing. 2 million people running this exact glitch right now, while everyone around them assumes it's their mind that broke instead of just the wiring. Level 4. Agnosia. The eyes work perfectly here, that's what makes it worse. This is a full deletion of the brain's recognition software while the camera stays completely undamaged. You can look directly at your own mother's face and see every detail correctly: shape, color, individual features. What you can't do is connect any of it to the word mother, or to a single memory of her. She's just an arrangement of shapes in your kitchen, until she speaks, and your brain finally recognizes the voice instead. Objects fail the same way: a key, a spoon, a dog. The shape registers, the label never loads. Some patients relearn people the way you'd learn a new coworker's name. Repetition, context, brute memorization, rebuilding a database that used to load instantly and now has to be typed back in by hand. Level 5. Alien hand syndrome. First documented in 1908, and over a century later, fewer than 50 confirmed cases exist anywhere in the medical literature. This is the rarest condition on the list so far, and the first one where the glitch stops being about perception and starts being about control. The 2 halves of your brain normally run as one coordinated system, constantly checking in through a thick cable of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. Sever that connection: surgery, a stroke. Sometimes a tumor in one hand can start acting on instructions from a part of your brain that never asked your permission. Patients describe one hand calmly unbuttoning a shirt, while the other hand is still buttoning it. Some describe the free hand reaching over mid-meal to slap a cup out of their own other hand, for a reason neither half of them can explain. You can watch it happen in real time: your own hand, doing something you never decided to do, and you cannot stop it. The closest documented medical condition to being haunted by a ghost that happens to live inside your own arm. So that's 5 documented, peer-reviewed ways your own brain can quietly turn on you, and every one of them them started as a completely normal Tuesday for the person it happened to, but everything you just watched was still your brain getting facts wrong, mismeasuring, mislabeling, misfiring, and part 2, the glitches stop being about what you perceive and start being about what you believe, no matter what's standing right in front of you. One of them will convince you your own best friend has been secretly replaced. The last one is the single most extreme delusion a human brain is medically capable of producing, and it's exactly as bad as it sounds.